Okay, deep breath, Pittsburgh fans, you're not gonna like this one. But today, I'm here to make the case that the Pirates should do the unthinkable, trade Paul Skenes. Not just trade him. Trade him to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yeah, I said it. Let's talk about why this bold move could actually be the smartest decision Pittsburgh could make, for the future of the franchise. Let's start with the obvious. Paul Skenes is a beast. He's throwing 100 plus with movement, he's mowing down MLB hitters like it's still the SEC, and he's got ace written all over him. So why on earth would you trade him? Simple, because the Pirates aren't ready. This team is still a few years away from legitimate contention. Even if Skenes is a top-tier ace by next year, the rest of the roster, the offense especially, is miles behind. By the time the Pirates are actually built to compete, will Skenes still be under control? Will he stay healthy? Will they even be able to afford him long-term? You don't trade him because he's bad. You trade him because he's too good for where this franchise is right now. Let's face the music, the Pirates are not contenders. Yes, they're showing signs of life. There's young talent, some energy, and Skenes himself is electric. But even with Paul Skenes dominating, the team is still miles away from being a legitimate threat in the National League. Their offense is inconsistent. The bullpen has bright spots but lacks depth. And their core, players like O'Neal Cruz, Henry Davis, and Termarr Johnson, are still developing. By the time this team might be ready to compete, Skenes could be in year 4 or 5 of service time, potentially nearing free agency, and already logging a massive workload. You don't waste that window. You flip it into something sustainable. Let's also be real about pitchers, they break. Especially guys throwing 100 plus every 5th day. Skenes already has the kind of mechanics and workload that scream red flag. Do you really want to roll the dice and hope he stays healthy until 2029, just for a maybe playoff shot? Or do you trade him now, when his value is sky high, and cash in before the inevitable wear and tear sets in? Look at the Nationals. They traded Juan Soto to the Padres for James Wood, who can hit home runs. And CJ Abrams, who is athletic and fast. Now here's the spicy part. Why the Dodgers? Because they're the only team desperate and rich enough to overpay. LA is all in this year. Ohtani, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Betts, Freeman. They're chasing a World Series right now, and their rotation depth is already being tested. Give them the golden ticket, Paul Skenes, and ask for everything. We're talking Dalton Rushing, power-hitting catcher of the future. Andy Pages, MLB-ready outfielder. Roki Sasaki, a young player with star potential. Bobby Miller, a good pitcher who is MLB-ready. Kirby Yates, veteran that can lead the team. Dustin May, good young reliever. Max Muncy, power-hitting third baseman. Esteury Ruiz, young fast outfielder. Plus 1 to 2 elite pitching prospects like River Ryan or Jackson Ferris. That's 10 plus legit players for one arm, no matter how electric. You get instant lineup help, long-term control, and keep building around Termarr Johnson, Jared Jones, and whoever's coming next. This isn't waving the white flag, it's pressing fast forward. A Skenes trade to LA lets the Pirates skip the rebuild treadmill and build an actual core that peaks together. Imagine a 2026 lineup with Rushing behind the plate, Hayes, Kiner-Falefa, and Muncy in the infield. Pages, Reynolds, Cruz and Ruiz in the outfield. And a rotation of Jared Jones, Paul Skenes, Roki Sasaki, Miller, May, Yates and prospects from the Dodgers. That's not a pipe dream. That's a controllable, affordable, playoff caliber roster, if you have the guts to make the move now. Pittsburgh fans have seen this movie before. Hang on to your stars, try to contend too late, and watch them leave, or break down, before it ever clicks. Look, I get it. Trading Paul Skenes sounds like heresy. He's the most exciting pitcher Pittsburgh's had in decades. He sells jerseys. He sells tickets. He's electric. But baseball isn't just about hype. It's about building something that lasts. And for the Pirates, that means thinking long-term, not short-term thrills. If the Dodgers come calling with a monster offer, if they're willing to sell the farm for a championship window, you pick up the phone. You listen. And maybe, just maybe, you pull the trigger. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you trade Skenes? Would you hold on to him and risk it all? Let's argue. Fire emoji, like if you want the Pirates to finally build a winner. Subscribe for more bold MLB takes. And I'll see you in the next one.